at that.
No way.
Kom inte hit! Nej, 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 nej!
A YouTuber known as Nomadic Fanatic was on a week-long camping trip when he stopped at an old bridge tied to a legend about a bandit named Stucky.
And apparently every once in a while, if you hear a splash in the water, that's Stucky's ghost. And unfortunately, there is a lot of graffiti left behind here. There's nothing you can really do about. We're out of here. That's about enough of that.
Said to reveal his presence with a splash in the water. After looking around the graffiti-covered spot and preparing to leave, a sudden splash echoed beneath him, perfectly timed and unsettling, especially since he was alone with only his GoPro. Some might call it wildlife or drifting debris, yet the precision made him question whether it was just coincidence or something linked to the story. And if you heard that sound by yourself at a place like this, would you dismiss it or start wondering what really caused it? While walking through the woods, Mike noticed a figure moving behind him.
Watch who's stalking who now. Who's stalking who now? Look at that. You see a person? Yeah, who's stalking who now?
Appearing to follow his path even though no one else was supposed to be out there. The person looked normal at a glance, yet the way he lingered made Mike feel watched, unable to shake the sense that the stranger's attention was fixed on him.
Okay, ready? Tell me I'm crazy. Tell me I'm crazy. Tell me I'm crazy. Look at that. I'm by myself. Look at that. Oh my God.
The moment left him wondering who the man was and what he wanted. With some thinking it could have been an innocent passerby, while others believed the behavior seemed too deliberate. And if you were alone and saw someone trailing you in the forest, would you keep going or start questioning what might happen next? While driving on a quiet North Carolina road, a hunter's dashcam captured a tall, dark creature sprinting into the woods. Estimated at 6 to 7 feet and moving in a distinctly human-like way, the figure quickly fueled talk of Bigfoot. Some argue it was an animal or a trick of the camera, while others believe the size and motion looked too real to dismiss. And if something that large crossed your path at night, would you call it a misidentification or question what actually ran into those trees? While using a thermal night vision camera in the Canadian wilderness, a hunter captured something strange. What he first assumed was a nest shifted into a humanoid figure moving through the trees, even though the area had been empty moments earlier. Navigating that forest in total darkness without a light seemed impossible for any person. Yet the figure made no sound at all. He never saw it again, leaving the encounter unexplained. Some think it was a thermal distortion, while others believe it was something else entirely. And if you saw a silent human-shaped form in the dark, would you dismiss it or start wondering what really moved out there? Christopher was driving through a desert in an unnamed Arabic-speaking country when he spotted a woman standing alone in the distance.
WRC edition, that is the World Rally Championship. I think that's a German owner oder? German owner or is it a woman?
Thinking she might need help, he turned back toward her, only to find she had completely disappeared. With no place to hide in the open landscape, the vanishing felt impossible, leading him to suspect he'd witnessed something supernatural. Some say it could have been a mirage, while others believe the encounter fits local ghost stories. And if someone vanished in front of you in an empty desert, would you call it heat distortion or something far stranger? A group of hunters came across something strange. A creature with long limbs sprawled across a rock, appearing completely lifeless. Very little is known about the clip, and no one has identified what the figure might have been. Some think it was simply an animal in poor condition, while others believe its shape suggests something unexplained. And if you found a body like that in the wild, would you dismiss it as wildlife, or question what you were really looking at? While driving through a forest on his way to a winter hunt, a man was shocked when a lynx suddenly lunged at his truck.
Holy!
He stayed safe behind the window, but the attack was unusual, as lynx rarely act aggressively toward humans. The strange behavior left viewers debating whether the animal was stressed, ill, or reacting to something unseen. And if a wild cat charged your vehicle like that, would you see it as instinct or question what triggered it? YouTuber Fahid Kolsberg and his husky Riley planned a simple overnight stay on a mountain, but the trip quickly turned tense when Riley froze, alerting to movement below the trees. A bear emerged and began approaching, closing the distance as Fahid tried to capture a photo.
Nej! Nej! Kom inte hit! Kom inte hit! Nej! 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 Gå bort! Gå bort! Kom inte hit! Kom inte hit! Kom inte hit! Gå bort härifrån!
Unarmed and exposed, he attempted to scare it off, but the animal continued showing interest until he finally threw rocks downhill, creating enough noise for it to retreat. The encounter left them shaken, with some believing the bear was only curious while others think it may have been sizing them up. And if a bear steadily advanced toward your camp, would you trust it to turn away or fear how close it might get? On August 23, 1987, a group of hunters in Tabernash, Colorado, discovered the wreckage of a long-missing plane. During the investigation, Deputy Sheriff Dale Wood found a VHS tape hanging from a tree containing the final recorded moments of James Jeb Codell and Ronald Hugh Willman, who had vanished in 1984 after their aircraft went down without sending a distress signal.
Oh, look at that down there, Ronnie, on the left. Nice little lake and a cabin. Those dead trees down there. A whole bunch of them back up in here, those beetles. Very pretty little lake.
The footage revealed that the pilot had miscalculated the density altitude, causing the thin air to rob the plane of lift as it approached rising terrain. The engine stalled, the aircraft flipped,
Hang on, Ronnie!
and the impact destroyed the emergency transmitter, leaving the men stranded with no way to call for help. Both died at the crash site, and their remains were later recovered, finally resolving the mystery of their disappearance. Some view the tape as a sobering reminder of how unforgiving mountain flying can be, while others question whether different gear or conditions might have changed the outcome. And if you uncovered a lost recording of someone's final moments, would you see it purely as evidence or something far more haunting? As a hunter headed to his car, he noticed a strange creature pulling itself from a ditch. Its odd, monkey-like features and jerky movements unlike anything he recognized. The footage ends before revealing more, leaving the sighting unresolved. Some suggest it was an injured or sick animal, while others think its appearance hints at something unexplained. And if you saw a creature like that, would you dismiss it or question what it really was? Reddit user Motorsitter Magnetfish was magnet fishing when he retrieved a jar containing a child's emotional note written years earlier.
Oh, I got something on there. Oh, it's filled with rocks and paper. Nice polished rocks even. Yeah, I'm gonna open this one. That don't look like urine. Actually, there's no liquid in it.
After sharing the video, he was contacted by Journey and her family, who explained the jar had been placed in the river over a decade ago as a tribute and carried deep sentimental meaning.
Oh, you know what? I think it's a poem. I don't think this is a spell. I just saw something about loves. Dear, oh no. Dear Daddy, I wish you can come back and stay. I wish you never died so we could have spent more time together. And now it feels like I have no one. I wish that if you were alive, I could have everybody. I feel nobody loves me. Love, Journey. Okay. Oh, that's heartbreaking.
It is devastating. Oh my gosh.
Dude, I got chills. Oh, man.
They said its recovery brought back important memories and appreciated that it was returned to the water. Some viewers saw the moment as a reminder of how grief can echo across time, while others viewed it as an unexpected reunion with a long-lost keepsake. And if you found something so personal, would you keep it as evidence of the find or send it back to the place it came from? As a hunter neared his front door, he spotted a large snake hanging from the frame, narrowly avoiding it thanks to his Ring camera. The close call left some wondering whether it was seeking shelter or hunting. And if you saw a predator above your doorway, would you feel safe coming home again? A woman entered the forest for a peaceful day alone, but faint footsteps soon unsettled her. Her camera then caught a shadow moving between the trees.
Who's up there? Okay. Mister. Who's up there?
Appearing to follow her before vanishing each time she turned.
Wait a minute. Whoa, look. What's that? Quack. Dude. Look at him go. Sorry, I'm trying to hold still. Okay, no.
Feeling watched, she ran from the woods in fear. Some think it was another person hiding nearby, while others see the shadow as something harder to explain. And if you saw something tracking you that disappeared whenever you looked, would you stay calm or get out immediately? In 2021, a man filming in dense woods captured a strange face peeking from behind debris. Animal-like, with glowing eyes, and unlike anything he could identify. It vanished moments later, followed by a deep growl, leaving viewers debating whether it was a misidentified creature or something more unusual. And if your camera caught a face like that watching you, would you brush it off or wonder what was really hiding there? In April 2022, a hunter spotted a strange creature inside a hole, long ears, large eyes, and grayish skin, before running away in fear. Some think he captured a real cryptid, while others suspect a staged scene. And if you saw something like that in the woods, would you call it a hoax or wonder what it truly was? While testing his GoPro at sea, a man captured a small dark shape moving through the water behind him before it suddenly vanished. Unsure whether it was a shark, an orca, or something smaller, he grew uneasy when it never resurfaced and chose to end his trip early. Some think it was normal marine life, while others find the disappearance unusual. And if you saw something slip beneath the waves without returning, would you keep fishing or head back in? On a blistering summer day, Bryce Noel hiked through Shawnee State Forest in Ohio, already exhausted as he pushed toward a water source.
And last night I found like 3 ticks on me, and I am absolutely covered in either little tiny ticks or chiggers. They're probably chiggers. They are all over me right now. They kept me up all night. I tried washing them off, but I mean, I'm gonna have to go through and pick them off one by one, it looks like. This trail's got some nice scenic views, but You know, at this point, the way that trail looks with no switchbacks.
Along the way, he became covered in ticks and chiggers, forcing him to pick them off repeatedly.
Taking a break here. I still got about 2 miles to go on this road. I looked down at my ankle, and I have 1,000,000 bites from those little chiggers last night. You can see they're still on there. I'm probably gonna jump in the lake up here by the parking lot and try to scrape off the rest of them. No wonder it itched so bad last night. It was keeping me up all night long.
While battling constant itching and little sleep. By the end of the trip, his legs were severely bitten, and he appeared unusually pale when he returned home, likely needing medical attention. The ordeal left viewers debating whether it was simply bad luck or a preventable hazard, and if you found yourself in the wilderness covered in bites with miles left to go, would you keep pushing forward or turn back before things got worse? In 2016, a family fishing near Wild Horse Lake in Oregon captured a large figure running behind them without realizing it at the time.
2016, Wild Horse Lake. Raider down here now, just make her out.
Dad, what is that?
Wow, what is that?
A bear.
Stand low.
Although the father missed the chance to film it, one of his daughters managed to photograph the shape as it moved through the remote forested terrain. Some believe the figure matches reports of Bigfoot, while skeptics argue it was simply a distant hiker. But if you saw something that size moving through such isolated country, would you see an ordinary person or wonder what else might be out there? Footage from Queensland, Australia, documented a disturbing scene discovered by a group of hunters.
No, there's probably a boot next to it. Fucking brick clean in half, and then this next to it.
A good shot of it, that might be a better one there.
And it's going up the hill.
Hey, what about just digging a hole and burying them? Yeah, that's right. What about up there? What's up there? You can see where something's dragged it down there. Boss, it'll be guys opening up.
A pig torn completely in half with no clear explanation for the force involved. Adding to the unease were enormous footprints found nearby, far larger than any human could have made. One of the hunters measured the tracks against a boot, revealing just how massive they were. The size and spacing of the prints led the group to suspect a Yui, a creature often described as a large, upright, ape-like being similar to Bigfoot. While some argue the incident could be the work of a powerful predator, others believe the combination of severe mutilation and oversized tracks suggests something far more mysterious roaming the region. In 2006, a YouTuber unknowingly filmed a transparent figure gliding between the trees before vanishing. Viewers later noted its unusual height, though the uploader believed it was around 6 feet. The clip sparked debate over whether the apparition was a genuine accidental capture or a staged illusion, and if a shape like that appeared in your footage, would it seem like a glitch or something unexplained? In an Oregon forest, a trail camera captured a dark, furry figure with a smaller shape clinging to its back. The image sparked debate over whether it showed a Bigfoot family group or simply a bear distorted by angle and lighting. And if a scene like this appeared on your trail cam, would it look ordinary or hint at something harder to explain? While hunting alone in the woods at dusk, a man began hearing strange, continuous noises echoing through the trees.
We harvest venison and we eat that, so. But anyway, I want you to hear this. I'm gonna turn the camera around so you can hear a little better. Just a minute. Like I said, I'm quite a long ways away from the gifting rock. So why are we hearing that out here? a mile away. I'm gonna try to ask the farmer that owns this property if he's ever heard this sound before. Well, I take that back. Funny story. Of course he's not gonna hear that sound. He's deaf. I'm an idiot. He's deaf, so he's never gonna hear that sound. Anyhow, alright guys, stay safe out there. Hopefully I can get a deer yet tonight. I'm thinking probably not. Whatever that is probably what's keeping the deer out of here. It's the third time I've hunted here and haven't seen a deer yet, so maybe that's what it is.
Sounds unlike anything he had encountered despite years of outdoor experience. The unsettling calls seemed to carry from far away, yet no familiar animal matched what he heard, and he suspected they were scaring off the local deer, as he had seen none during multiple trips to the same spot. Unable to determine what was responsible, he shared the recording in hopes that others might identify the source. Some believe the noises came from an unseen animal, while others think the tone and distance hint at something harder to explain. And if you were alone in the woods hearing a sound with no clear origin, would you wait to investigate or leave before darkness settled in? A group of hunters and their dogs tracked a wild boar deep in a Scandinavian forest. When the dogs finally cornered it, one hunter moved in, only for the boar to suddenly charge with incredible speed. The powerful rush brought him dangerously close to a deadly encounter, reminding viewers how quickly a hunt can turn. And if an animal that size came straight at you, would you hold your ground or question the risk in that moment? While on a fishing trip, a man came across a hidden cave along a remote, untouched stretch of a stream.
Semi-deep, but there are a lot of weeds. That's the only problem I would have. I keep getting stuck on weed. Is that a cave? No way. There's a cave right there. I kind of want to go explore it, I'm not gonna lie.
Curiosity led him inside.
What do we got in here? Oh boy, this is nice. Is that a head? Oh my gosh, it's a head. No way. What is that? Is that a coyote? I'm not very smart on which heads these bones are, but it looks like a coyote, I'm pretty sure. Let me get over here. Wow, there's really not much else in here, but you could easily probably get all the way back in there and stand up. I don't know, we're gonna try it. More bones on the ground here. There's actually quite a lot of room. We got another bone right there. Some stuff back in there, a lot of bugs, bones. That's just a stick. No writing.
Where deeper in the darkness he discovered a skull, likely from a coyote, along with several scattered bones on the cave floor. The scene wasn't frightening, but it did leave him intrigued by what might have happened there and why the remains were collected in one spot. After looking around, he continued his trip, still wondering whether the cave served as a den, a feeding site, or something else entirely. And if you stumbled upon a place filled with bones in the wilderness, would you explore further or decide some spaces are better left alone? A man living in the woods of South Jersey woke at 1 a.m. to a terrifying sound. Unlike anything he had heard in decades. None of the usual local wildlife matched the noise. An unknown predator, or something far stranger. The mystery remains, and if a sound shattered the silence of the night without explanation, would you assume nature was responsible, or wonder what else might be hiding in the dark? A man watching over a friend's forest property set up trail cameras after hearing strange reports from neighbors. The footage revealed a large, furry, bipedal figure walking near the fence in daylight, often appearing at the same time each day. When he finally tried to confront it, the creature fled so quickly he doubted it was human. Though it never returned, unusual activity continued on the property, leaving the encounter unexplained. And if something that size roamed your land, would you assume it was wildlife or question what else might be out there? Nick Foster was walking through the forest with his dog Pop when he noticed a pale figure moving between the trees.
Come here. Come on. This way.
Its shape partially obscured by dense vegetation. The strange appearance prompted him to leave, and after reviewing the footage, he felt the figure resembled a soldier wearing old military gear. Alone in the woods, the encounter left him unsettled, and viewers also noted the figure's resemblance to someone from another era, raising the possibility of past military activity or something harder to explain. And if your camera captured a form like that in an empty forest, would you see a coincidence or a glimpse of something long forgotten? That's all for tonight's video. Which encounter gave you chills? Let us know in the comments below. Got your own experience? We want to hear it. And whatever you do, don't miss what's coming next.